Okay, this is Moshe coming to you from Israel in the Galilee. My office is now lonely because my two friends aren't here anymore. They're both gone. But moving ahead, we're going to cover Trump's economic war that has begun on China, Mexico, and Canada, plus his declaration of potential war against BRICS, plus his heavy sanctions on, I don't know, Russia, Iran, and who knows what else. Okay. The North Carolina fire, as of Wednesday last week, which was the latest update I got, destroyed 250,000 acres. That's 1/4 of 1 million acres. As of midweek, Wednesday last week, it was 15% contained. So I don't know what the containment is now, but we're not hearing much about this in the news. And I don't know what's going on with the California wildfires. I guess they mostly got it contained by now. But then they got mudslides and flooding. And earthquakes seem to be on the uptick. One little place got 200 small earthquakes in a day or something like that. So we're seeing upticks in earthquakes, aren't we? Like, I'm talking birth pangs. But what the heck does birth pangs mean? The people don't know this in the church world. What does it mean? You have birth pangs before you give birth. The King James word for giving birth is travail. Okay, that's the cervix is dilated, the water broke, the baby's crowning. That's travail. Nation born in a day was not 1948. That's ridiculous. It's when Israel's restored to the Lord, Jehovah. Now, you have to try to explain this to people, and it's really hard because they don't understand it, because year after year after year, they're fed these crazy doctrines that are wrong. It's sad, really. But we're going to also cover some Bible prophecies today. I'm going to go through Isaiah 13 and I think 19. And Isaiah 13 covers Gog and Magog, the tribulation, which the two seem to happen in close proximity, if not at the same time. And I'm going to explain that, and you'll be able to show people what it is and what it isn't, because the church world is very confused about Gog and Magog is the next event, and they don't know from Zechariah 12, the siege. And they don't know about a next temple. They don't know about Elijah working with the Levites in Malachi 3. They don't know about the everlasting life. There's a lot of things they don't know. And we can't say that all of them are evil and wicked, because I doubt that. They just don't know. And I think that there's going to be a certain amount that are going to wake up. We woke up, and I think they'll wake up. We're not at redemption yet. All right, let me go into the live stream. Make sure we got a live stream. And put my posts up and we'll get started. In the meantime, people are coming in.
Let me go into the live stream.
All right. I can't talk very much while I do the the live stream. Before I forget, please pray for me and my wife. We both are having trouble with our teeth hurting. So pray for healing of the teeth for both me and my wife. Okay, I appreciate that. And we have other prayer requests I'll get to in a minute. Let me get my posts up. And there's a lot of stuff to go over. But this economic war has a nice fit with Bible prophecy that I'm going to open up to you. The Bible prophecies don't say economic war. This is like the events leading the Bible prophecy. We don't get all the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's in Bible prophecy. It's sort of an overview. But we do get the end in great detail, how these prophetic prophecies end. Usually are in pretty good detail. But we'll get into that. Now I'm just going to put my email up. Okay, got that up. I'm going to do some praise. There is no God like Jehovah. 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 There is no Messiah like Yeshua. 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 All right, let's jump in. Trudeau said that he's going to be issuing retaliatory taxes against America, but this is what is hard to pick up. I don't know why Trump didn't get more revealing about this, because it would have helped them, but it's the reality. Before Trump imposed these tariffs the other day, Canada was putting tariffs on American goods that were in the food family. I think it was milk, butter, and a few other things. Some of them were 278% or 76% tariffs. Okay? They were all over 200%. So that means if something costs $1, like the American price, they were charging, almost triple. So it's close to $3 for it. So this was giving the Canadian produced goods a marked advantage against the American goods. So when Trump says Canada, and I believe Mexico as well, and China is taking advantage of America, he was speaking accurate truth. Really. So Canada is going to stop importation of certain goods from America. There's different levels of tariff on other goods, different goods coming from America. But I think I'm sure he didn't withdraw the 200-something% tax on these food products, And it's generally at 25%, but I think he's taxing other products with more amounts, possibly lower or something like that. 77% of exports from Canada go to America. 13% of American exports go to Canada. So Trump is figuring that this will rise, with the retaliatory tariffs, it's not going to make us have more sales into Canada. Canada only sends 4 million barrels a day of oil into America, and I think he's talking about cutting that off. Natural gas as well. So Trump is saying that we're in ahead for some tough times in America, but you just got to hang on and it's going to prevail and we'll make America great again. Now, all things being equal, if nothing else develops as a result of these tariffs, yes, Trump would be right. But what he's trying to do, he's saying things like on Fox News, to the Canada situation by saying he's intending to reduce corporate taxes in America to 15%. Now, that is not going to be the lowest price of corporate taxes in the world, but it's pretty low. Okay, it's pretty low. And that could be an attraction for companies to set up shop, in other words, manufacture, produce products and goods in America, and then sell them to Americans and not have to pay the tariff. So, in other words, if you make a product in business school, they refer to this as widgets because it just generic means anything you make it, right? So, if you're making widgets in Canada and selling them to America, you can beat the 25% tax by buying a factory or opening a factory in America and then probably hiring Americans and selling the goods inside America, to Walmart and the supermarkets or whatever, right? And you won't have to pay the 25% tariff, and you're only going to pay 15% corporate taxes. I don't know what the corporate taxes are in Canada, but it shouldn't take but a few seconds to look it up, right? And that'll give us more illumination as to what Trump is offering the Canadian companies. Okay, let's check this out. If we get it real quick, we get it. If we can't, we can't. Um, 38%, but you get a 10% federal tax abatement and a 13% general tax reduction, leaving a 15% effective corporate tax rate for corporations in general. So what Trump did was